Hiya! Welcome back to The Oval. We're very excited to talk about interesting hot topics tonight. We will be discussing the newly illegal discrimination policy against natural hair in New York City, the controversy surrounding Jussie Smollett, and the rise of Apex. So let's get started. We're going to first start talking about the hair discrimination clause. Recently in New York, specifically New York City, but probably not just very specifically, it has now been made illegal to discriminate against hair types which were seen as like not very optimal for the hiring process. That includes hair such as afros, dreads, locks, and I think that's wonderful. It's a step in the right direction, and I want to open the floor to you guys. What do you guys think about this new discrimination kind of clause?
I think it's super significant considering it's such an easy, I feel like that could be the easiest, most subtle way to discriminate against people while you're hiring. Like, I feel like you're not just going to be like, oh, I'm not hiring because of your hair, but once you see it, it's something easy to be like, okay, good, I don't need them. So it's important because now we'll see different people of color, different I guess different types of culture in any kind of field of work, I think, and I don't know, I think it's a step in the right direction.
It's about time.
Yeah, seriously.
It's seriously about time. Hair grows on it's a natural thing. So for you to tell me my hair is the reason why I cannot be a part of your company, it's bogus.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the way I keep my hair, the way I style my hair determines if I can get a job or not. I don't think so. Like, you're not gonna tell other people who, and it happens a lot. We have professors here who have dreads and they're professors. So, and we have people who's trying to do just like minimal things in the workplace and still won't get a job because of dreads, because of braids.
Right.
Like, embrace who you are. And this is why we don't have, we're not represented, we don't have other representation in the media because, oh, he has dreads, we're not gonna represent him. So what about all the other little kids coming up under us who have dreads, who have locks, and they're like, well, I don't see it in the media, so I think it's time to cut my hair. Nah, you killing your identity with that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I get told a lot by my family, like especially my uncle, like, oh, you gotta cut your hair, after you graduate, you have to cut your hair, and like, for me personally, like, I'm just not gonna, I was never gonna do that, but I think one thing for me was always that, I wouldn't want to work I wouldn't want to work anywhere or for any company that wouldn't hire me just based off like what grows out of my head, because that has nothing to do with my resume.
Right.
And on top of that, I think it's also a really good thing because people don't get, like we had said, like people really don't get that, you can walk in somewhere, have all the skills, have all the knowledge, and just because of what's on your head, whether it's just the way you like it or the way you style it or whatever it is, that you could not get that job because that person's like, oh well, I don't know what those things are. People call braids all the time dreadlocks, but like, oh, she got them dreads.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god,
I
and it's
can't
like,
with that.
Tell me
they don't even know what it is, and they don't like it. So I think it's a really good thing.
Yeah, I honestly just have one thing to say. I mean, any kind of law that takes away any discrimination, I'm for it. Like, whether it's hair, it's anything, you know what I mean? So, I personally don't have an opinion on this. I mean, I got crazy hair myself, as you can see. But, any kind of law that takes away discrimination, I'm totally for it.
Right. Do you guys think that it's weird that it took this long for something like this to actually like come about and like set the legal precedent? Or?
I think it's like, I say this a lot, disappointed but not surprised. So I feel like, yeah, it's disappointing, but am I shocked by it? No, not at all.
Oh.
Like I was kind of trying to get to earlier, it's an easy way to push like a racist agenda kind of, but subtly.
Yeah.
So like you
Yeah.
could say, oh, your hair is just not appropriate for this,
Absolutely.
or it's not suitable for the setting, but it's, oh, really, because he's black,
Right.
So I think, again, I'm not surprised, but I am like, yeah, it's disappointing, not surprised or whatever, but like I'm happy it's finally like moving forward.
Yeah, certainly this is like a really nice change. It's certainly, like we said, a good step in the right direction. With that, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Hiya, welcome back. We're now starting our second topic, which is going to be the controversy about Jussie Smollett. Now, recently in the news, we've seen a lot about Jussie Smollett being attacked by two men in Chicago, and after a couple different revelations, the most recent news is just that that was all fake. and that now he's being charged with a felony for filing a false police report. What do we think about it? Because this is kind of like a bunch of tomfoolery, which is now taking place over the course of a couple weeks.
All right. So I wanna dive right into this because I have a lot to say. I think one, this says a lot about the way we view hate crimes and the way that the black community views their black LGBT members. One thing, and the reason why I say that is because one is that when people say, "Oh, now this makes it harder for people of the LGBT community to talk about hate crimes." Well, one, people don't care about the LGBT community having hate crimes already because we literally have epidemic of transgender women of color being murdered left and right weekly, things happening all the time. So, you know, we say these things like, oh, people are going to take it seriously. Well, people already don't take it seriously. Just because some random celebrity may or may have not lied about it doesn't mean that it's going to harm it. We need to more so change and shape the conversation on how we treat victims of hate crimes better. Then on top of that, we have the whole, oh my gosh, like he's lying a lot. And I think, because I was one of those people too, like, oh, what, he lied? And I had someone, a good friend of mine, put it into perspective and say, oh, so now black people trust the police? And when they said that, I felt so stupid. Like I felt so dumb, and literally like so many black LGBT activists pretty much for like this whole weekend and this whole like past week or since the news, you know, was first put out there was pretty much saying like, you know, like every time, you know, we have instances of like police brutality, things of this nature, everything that like the media says about that person, we don't believe because we know like those things can be fictitious. That's right. Okay, fictitious or you know just made up. But when it comes to issues of women, in regards to like a lot of issues in regards to like sexual assault and things of that nature, or when it comes to LGBT members in the black community, we all of a sudden we believe the police. So I think I want a lot of people to really question whether or not, you know, do I believe that he lied about it because I truly believe that, or do I personally not necessarily take victims of hate crimes or LGBT-related hate crimes as seriously as other things? So I think we should really question that, because now it's just like that one statement, oh, now black people trust the police? It's like, oh, damn, like we kind of had that whole issue of, you know, police brutality and we don't trust the police and stuff. So those are just my thoughts on it. So if anyone wants to chime in, sorry.
That's a great, I mean, I didn't even think of looking at it that way.
You put it very well.
That's a great way. I mean, I just kind of saw it as a weird situation. You know, I'm like a common person. I'm sure like the common person who saw this saw, oh, he was assaulted, and then the next week you see, oh wait, he lied about it. So weird. Mm-hmm. If for y'all watching, if you don't know, he was a star on Empire. It's a TV show on Fox. He played a character, Jamal. And I watched Empire the first couple seasons with my mom. It was a good show. I liked it. He was a good singer, and I mean, to see him in like a negative light now, it's kind of sad, because I really liked him. I thought he was going places. He seemed like a good actor and a good star. I mean, I don't really know what the outcome is going to be. I don't really think any of us know what the outcome is going to be. But either way, it's just a sad situation.
I think it's kind of amusing how quickly people who don't agree with any situation in general, I think it's just funny how quickly they are to jump on it when it's proved wrong, I guess. Like, I'm seeing people on Twitter who are like, oh, how funny, like basically saying, oh, all you people who, you know, believed in it, like, oh, you're so stupid, but you're so quick to blame MAGA people and all that stuff, right? And it's like, okay, but it's not like this is the first incident of that type, you know? So yeah, we are quick to believe it, but they're so quick to find that one incident that could possibly be, you know, false, and they're gonna be like, oh, look how, you know, foolish all of you are. I just think it's like,
oh no, we could blame MAGA hats.
yeah.
There's a lot of blame to go around the world, times and times around for that. But for me, I would say I'm more just like in the air with it, because I don't, knowing that his character off of the show, on and off the screen, I'm more just taken aback by it. I'm just like, no, not more like, oh, ha, like so many people just like pointing fingers after all this came out. But it's just more like, what I'm trying to understand, what made you get to this point? Mm-hmm. What could somebody have said? Because there's a lot of things that go on in Hollywood that we don't know. There might be something this might be a call for help. Just like the same way Colin Kaepernick took a knee, this is a call for some. Obviously, it's not the greatest way to go about it, but there could be an underlying thing that we don't know about, and he may not be able to speak about just like straightforward. So we always have to just like watch how everything plans out, what evidence comes out. Don't be so quick to, like, we are very headline headline-oriented generation. Once we see the
Right,
headline,
like-
that's the only
Yeah.
thing we know.
Yeah.
We know the headline. We don't know the story. We don't take the time out to read an entire article.
Right.
Like skim it. Let me see. Like, and we always go in with our own preconceived idea of what we want to know what happened. So,
Right.
we see a couple of words. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm going with,
It's
and I'm
good.
gonna repost it with my own thing, and somebody else sees it, and somebody else thinks the same way that you do,
Yeah.
instead of going to look at information for themselves. So
Right. I think maybe we'll just have to wait like a little longer to find out like all the rest of the information that we aren't necessarily getting right now. For right now, we're gonna go to another break. We're gonna come back for our third topic. So stay tuned. Hiya! Welcome back. We are now on our third topic of tonight, and that's going to be the rise of Apex, which I'm not quite sure what that is, so I'm actually just gonna like let this out onto the table early.
boom! All right, so here comes Apex at the beginning of this month. Apex is a new game, battle royale esque kind of game. It took over Fortnite. Like, it just washed away
Yeah.
Fortnite. You remember the whole Fortnite wave, all the dances
Yes,
and whatnot.
yeah.
Fortnite came and went in an instant. So boom. Apex is a sci-fi battle royale game. You know, you have so many different elements like body armor, and this time, and the great thing about it, there's different classes. Your different classes, you know, you have different perks, you have different like weapons and different specials. But the great thing about it, the developers, they said most of their characters are a part of the LGBTQ community. So the roster, once the roster comes out, and then there's going to be more characters for you to choose from coming up. So I feel like it's a better game than Fortnite, because Fortnite unfortunately had a lot of cultural appropriation, like the floss dance, Millie Rock, and all those
Sure,
other
all-
dances.
yeah.
So it really like, you know, it covers the bases that Fortnite hasn't covered. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's also. I mean, you're right. It completely wiped Fortnite out. I mean, now you scroll through Facebook and Instagram, and you see Fortnite. Come back, come play with us. Look, we get all this new stuff, and I talk to my friends about it, and they're like, yeah, no shot. I'm ever gonna go back. I mean, it's an incredibly.
It's that good.
It's an incredibly deep game. I mean, it's also, I think a big part of it is that in Fortnite you had to like pay to do everything. You had to pay to get like a new outfit, like a new skin, that's what they call it, and like all these little things. But yet in Apex you play and you get XP and you earn those things
Oh, okay.
instead of paying to win. And
So it's
paying
kind
to
of
play.
also like more of an incentive to keep playing. It's just
Exactly.
Because then you okay.
It's
Instead of
very
paying
deep.
money.
It's very, the graphics are 10 times, I mean it's very different, but they're 10 times better than Fortnite. I just think it's incredible because Fortnite, I mean, it really took over last year. Everywhere, social media,
Yeah.
I mean, everything was Fortnite,
Yeah,
fines,
different
like,
references
everything.
in the news and stuff.
And just like that, it's incredible. I mean, I guess that's the way the media works nowadays.
yeah,
I mean,
it's very quick.
you could see the same thing with television shows and things like that, video games. I mean, Fortnite was the highest grossing video game last year. I think it grossed like $2.6 billion, and just like that, in the toilet.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, and I'm sure in a year or two from now, there'll be a new Apex Legends that'll come out.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Something
on to
Something
the
else to
next.
kind of
On
yeah,
to the
just
next
take
one.
On to the
over.
next.
Yeah.
It's really exciting though. I mean, it's a fun game to play, and I mean, if any gamers watch this, I mean, I'm sure you've already played it, but if not, pick it up. It's for free.
And it's free.
Yeah.
It's so there's gonna be, in most of the games that we play today, it's gonna be like, you know, something that you pay for.
Or
But-
it has like something in the game
Exactly.
where you have to pay for
Yeah.
it, like Fortnite.
Exactly. So, but there's you just work, you grind out, you play, and it really encourages teamwork. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fortnite, you can play with a team, but you're actually like, you know, here's this, you can pick this up, here's this for your team. So you're really like playing together instead of like, okay, I'm just looking for a golden gun and I'm gonna take it from my friends. I'm not gonna like, you know, help out, and I'm gonna build like.
Right.
Okay,
so
we're
you have to
building.
be, you have to be a little like, you know, not conniving, but you know, you have to like really like work around
Yeah.
it and
You
stuff.
absolutely
Yeah.
you have to cooperate
Yeah.
100%. It's cool though, because I mean, like they have like in Fortnite it was like building, and now it's like a ping system, and like the ping system, it's like, oh, I have this, and like you can take that, and then like, so you don't, I don't even, if me and Terrell are playing, we don't have to talk to each other.
Right.
We're just in the game, just pinging it. It's
Yep.
pretty, it's smart and it's simple, it's well done.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But here's a curveball. there's a bill that's going to be proposed pretty soon that any violent game, any game that is rated M or something
M or
like
above.
M or above, especially with shooting, there's going to be a tax put on it. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't think it's gonna pass. First of all.
Wait, there's video games above M? What is?
No,
A,
no,
no.
M like
M or M plus.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So
What do you wait? What?
So like there's E for everyone,
Oh
T
right,
for
no,
teen.
no. So I understand that, but like, there's a rating. Like,
Like M for mature, like there's a lot of nudity or
oh, okay.
foul language.
So you're saying just that, like?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
there's
That
gonna
is
something-
so stupid.
to
Yeah.
prevent
Yeah.
like
That is so
school
dumb.
shootings.
I
and
was just gonna
violence.
say they think that that's gonna do something.
So let's do the same thing in
But
movies
people were
and
violent before
literature.
video games.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so now I just want
You would have to add a
double
tax
check.
to anything violent for that to
Yeah.
even make sense.
Exactly.
and it's not gonna make any sense at all.
That's like I'm sure people thought that like in the 70s or whatever with pornography. Like,
Yeah,
people thought that
something
made
like
violent
that.
people. It's like, okay, no, the people are what make.
well,
Sounds like-
let's hope that that worst comes worst. We don't see that happen, and that Apex does have some longevity before the next
Yeah.
big things comes out. Right now, we're going to go to another break, and then we're going to have our entertainment host Danny joining us. So stay tuned, like you have been. Thank you. Yeah. God, you're still with us? Thank you. We're back with entertainment. We've got Danny B here. She's gonna spill some tea for us. What do you have?
Well, apparently there's no host this year for the Oscars, y'all.
Oh,
That's one thing that's got me upset. I don't understand how you're gonna watch a show on ABC and not be able to understand what's gonna happen without a host. Yeah.
right.
I know they said like celebrities are gonna guide it as the show progresses. So they're gonna have
So-
different people like announce the next part, I guess.
So is this multiple hosts?
Pretty much.
Who would open it then though? Because you always have to have like
Beats
like
me.
an opening monologue.
Right, or
yeah.
I
Cardi
think
B
the
or
last
something.
time
Like
they
Cardi
didn't
B.
have
Probably just random.
Like-
I think the last time
Interesting.
they didn't have a host was sometime in the 80s or something, and I don't know how they
Yeah.
did it then, but like, it's 2019 now. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how do you go about? Because then there's a lot of criticism now. Like everybody's a critic,
Right.
So it's like
Of course, all the time.
you've got
Well,
that to worry about.
Not only that, it's not even not only having a host, it's just like because people are so used to watching award shows with someone
Yeah.
Right.
there in front of the stage.
To kind of
So
moderate
it's
and
kind of
everything.
different. And like the fact that Kevin Hart was supposed to do it, but now he's not because of his comments and his slurs. And was it on Twitter that happened?
On Twitter.
Twitter from, like,
Yeah.
years
Years
ago.
Long ago, yeah.
But that's why I say be careful what you say as a celebrity because you never know when it comes back to haunt you.
Exactly.
But another thing that's kind of interesting is that they're taking away certain sections of the Oscars.
And
Was
the-
it live
yeah.
action, shorts, hair and makeup,
Cinematography.
Cinematography.
but then at the same time you all say they brought them back too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
supposedly.
because of a lot of the criticism that they
Right.
faced because of that, they said, okay, never mind, we're good. We're going to
Yeah.
show those during the show again. But that's kind of like the fact that they even thought about cutting those and just moving them to, during the commercials, like we're just going to show these. And it's kind of like a big kick in the face to people in that industry. It's
Yeah,
like,
I totally agree.
and especially for people who want to get into that industry and who are working hard to like kind of make themselves known as cinematographers or who are really interested in editing and like
Right.
hair and makeup.
Well, here's my question. Do you think it's all like a marketing scheme at this point, like a marketing plan, like the reason why they're cutting back and then going back and forth with it? Like, do you think marketing has to do with any of that?
I mean,
Like,
maybe.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think
Like,
so,
like the
yeah.
reason
I
why I'm
think
saying
it-
that is because, like, why would you take it away? And then,
Yeah.
by popular demand, people are going to watch it, and they're trying to, I guess, build viewers, I guess. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, they took this away.
If it was
They-
if it was just hair and makeup and like shorts, I could understand
Right.
that. Cinematography makes me think that like it was kind of just like let's see if we can do it. Just because even with the whole Gucci scandal that was just happening, a lot of people were saying that same thing with an issue that happened with Kendall Jenner like a few months ago. People saying that she had an afro and then kind of making it seem as if people were mad about it when no one was really mad about it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like this fake scandal to
Right,
generate
right.
views and things of that nature. So I think to some extent, like, yeah, it could definitely be like some type of hoax because I think like if you look at you know, as someone who wants to make movies myself, I think if you think of any logical filmmaker, if you think of just a period piece, any type of period piece, you need hair and makeup and costumes. Those are the most important people.
Essentials.
You know, if you say, hey, this movie is going to take place, even if we want to have a movie that took place in 2010, you know,
Right.
we would need a whole
like,
team of people
Just
to
to
do
get
that.
that time period.
And you always think when people think of movies, they think of the actors and most of the time, and then they think of the directors. You know, we need people who are out here, you know, who are doing this amazing makeup work and costume work to be recognized. So like they need to get on stage too and say there's two people.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like too, like for our show. Like our show is us sitting at a table, cool. But without the people behind the scenes working the cameras, editing the show, making sure that the sound is fine for not just this show but our music portion, you know, it's like this show would just fall apart. And every single part of it is crucial. And that's why I think that in the same way, it's crucial that we see that kind of representation for the Oscars, because there are people watching for those parts, however small they may be, you know?
I think what people fail to realize, sorry to cut you off, but what people fail to realize is that like those are the essential things that you need to build anything, like when it comes to having a team, or like even think about it, I'll use basketball as an analogy. You cannot depend on one person to take the team up. You have a coach, you have people that help them out and work out, you have people that help them with therapy. So it's like physical therapy. So you know, at the end of the day, you need those people and you have to acknowledge those people, because without it, you all wouldn't have those movies, you wouldn't have those Oscars, you wouldn't have any of those songs you have to make those movies. So, you know, take time out and respect film and respect those who make art.
Very good point.
I totally agree.
So,
with that said, that ends our Wednesday tea that we've got. Thank you so much for that. That's all the time we have tonight. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at theovaltv and then The Wire at TheWireTV73. And we'll see you next week. Good night.
Want you, and if I were to say it out loud, you would make me out for a fool. We're all greedy. You just feel like you need me. You said you believe me. Oh, you didn't even hear me. Questions are never asked, and time it will always pass. So when will you see at last this fantasy I cast upon those who give half-assed response? Oh, we're all greedy. You just feel like you need me. Said you believe me. Oh, you didn't even hear me. We're all greedy. You just feel like you need me. You said you believed me. Oh, you didn't even hear me. mother. Growing up is never effortless. The mind, the body, and soul, so rapidly it's mending, continuously being altered by rearranging thoughts and feelings. Two things I seem to have an awful time at controlling was my laughter and my tears. Two polarizing aspects of my character, I fear that only one knew, dear. Oh, only one knew, dear. And she rocks me back to sleep, the blessing that I keep. Oh, you rock me back to sleep, you're the blessing that I keep. Realities nudge at my dreams as they fall to the floor. Hearts would break, my mind's at stake. Cry in the night was never ignored. Seconds later, I hear a knock upon my door, and you rock me back to sleep. You're the blessing that I keep. Oh, you rock me back to sleep. You're the blessing that I keep. You're in my crown, no matter how much time, no matter how much space, I can still feel you there. In that place, you're so beautiful. You bring so much grace, and you rock me back to sleep. You're the blessing that I keep. Oh, you rock me back to sleep, my mother, the one I know, the one that has my soul. Oh, my mother, I love you, I know.